Here we go, round 100 on every map on Cold War Zombies, starting with the machine. Straight away, completing round 1, I hit the Rampage Inducer because this video is all about speed, like Lightning McQueen.
No.
By round 4, I opened up to the high round strat because that's just how Cold War is. It's literally just a couple doors. And this is where I'll be staying just to build up some points to get the ray gun out of the box quite quickly. Spoiler alert, that did not end well. By round 6, I'd already had enough and I left this spot to go to the power, activated Pack-a-Punch, and then did the coffin Easter egg to try and get the ray gun. While this was going on, I decided to go and get some of the core perks so I don't have to suffer with endless super sprinters nearly as much, even though it's pretty much my fault for why it's happening. Unfortunately, no luck on the ray gun ends of things, as I managed to just get the same gun that I was already holding, so I just had to resort to hitting the box like a true gambler.
Jamie, we were talking in the first half about gambling. Do you gamble?
I invest. Badly.
And that also was clearly failing, with more than a few teddy bears in the box. Trust me, you do not want to see the amount of times this box moved, honestly to God. It actually took so long that I decided to get the DIE Shockwave for free, just to have something that can actually, like, kill a group for now. But finally, at round 23, I got the ray gun. Like, the one time I'm trying to be quick and it does this to me. As soon as this happens, I immediately went down to Pack-a-Punch so I could at least do some decent damage and just do the strat as soon as possible, really. And this is where I'll be spending the next 2 hours pretty much of my life, which will become a very common theme amongst this video. At about round 47, I got pretty unlucky with using my Ring of Fire because literally as soon as it was about to expire, the Megaton decides to spawn and try to ruin my day, and was very close to doing so. Genuinely, I still don't know how I managed to get out of this spot, but I guess I have PhD Slider to thank. PhD has always been the daddy of zombies. The Rampage Inducer ended on a dog round, which slows my time down somewhat, as a dog round literally takes longer to take a piss than for a dog round to, like, end. I mean, it's actually genuinely laughable, like, how quickly a dog round lasts, especially standing in this spot I'm standing in here. Like, they all just spawn around you in a circle. But in the end, the Rampage Inducer finished in an hour and 4 minutes, which is quite a poor time, to be honest. But I blame that on the ray gun taking 2 decades to decide to come out the box. Not long after this, though, I take my first down after shitting myself upon seeing the Megaton and not having the Ring of Fire.
Well done!
And then I don't learn my lesson, even though I have a war machine. I decide to use the Gallo and take my second down pretty much instantly.
Idiot.
But not really much happened after this, as we jump ahead to round 84 to my next clutch. I forced myself into this position, really, as I failed to take out the Megaton in my Ring of Fire, and have to train in a spot that is as tight as a noose, and I eventually do get stuck. But by some stroke of luck, I managed to stay alive in what I've got to say sums up Cold War Zombies pretty much perfectly, just by how ridiculous that is, just staying alive. I mean, I'm not complaining. My luck clearly ran out, though, a round later, however, and I find myself forgetting to buy a war machine, which results in another down, which was so painfully avoidable, it is untrue. And what's also painful is that it was the end of the bloody round. Like, can I please just be competent? Eventually, even though I kind of made it harder than it needed to be at certain points, I got to the round 100, quite unsurprisingly, relatively easily, but that's just how this game is, because, like, Cold War is just an easy game. And I recorded a time of an hour and 54 minutes, which is quite good, but to put it into perspective, I'm literally slower than, like, I'm 35 minutes slower than the world record, which, I'm sad now.
His eyes look sad.
On to the most hated map on Cold War Zombies, but weirdly enough, the one that I actually kind of like the most, being Firebase C. Or Z, because I'm fucking English. Get that in my head. It's Z. It's Z. As soon as possible, I activated a challenge so that I can work towards the Ray K while also progressing through the rounds. Bish, bash, bosh.
Bosh!
Now, of course, I still needed a lot of RNG involved in this, and considering how poor it was last game, You would think, I got it first time! Straight after this, I activated the 3 reactors to turn on full power for the map, and I grabbed some perks in the process. Just like in D Machine, I went to the strat, and although a lot of people still use the original strat of staying at the back of the weapons lab, I instead went for, I guess, the sort of 2.0 strat, and staying next to these spawns where this truck is, and this is where I probably should have taken an M16 rather than the Gallo. But I guess it's not even that big of a deal, really, because this strat has literally just involved me sitting here and shooting the orb and exploding it, and then using the ring fire to do the exact same thing, but more, really. Being completely honest here, I misjudged the reactor defense round and did not realize it would be the order, so I just wasted this cruise missile for no apparent reason. And as you can tell, I really wasn't prepared for this, as the strat is to get the Stoner 63, but I still had the fucking Gallo, so let's just say...
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv.
And fail I did. I can't actually believe how shit I am at this game sometimes. But later on, I was out for redemption, and this time was actually properly set up, and managed to kill it with ease, making up for the stupid amount of time I lost the first time round. I still also don't know why the order's name is broken here. Just a quick side note, like, why is it written in hieroglyphics? But the real fun started on round 51, where I took my first down. The trouble with this strat is, once you get surrounded and are forced out, the zombies rush you like this was the start of the COVID outbreak, and everyone was trying to get, like, toilet paper and spaghetti and all the essentials and shit. It's just fucking mayhem. I finished the Rampage Inducer at 3 hours and 6 minutes in total, which is about 5 minutes longer than D Machine was, which, to be honest, is around about what I was expecting, but I could have been a lot faster if I didn't fuck up with the order, and also downing. That hurts a lot. But my downing did not stop there, as I took my second down of the game by some bullshit as a zombie hits me from behind, even though the goddamn wall was literally down. And I later found out, once I stopped the recording, that it was round 71, which is why it happened. And we all know what round 71 is famous for. Something quite random happened very late on in the game, where this mangler just appeared to give up and go to sleep, or his controller disconnected. I don't know. But in the end, I hit the round 100 at the 4 hour 25 minute mark, which roughly made this run about 2.5 hours, which really isn't that bad, as this map does take significantly more time than the other Cold War maps. It's just how it is. Mainly due to, like, mobility and how vast some of the areas are. Like, it is a pretty big area most of the time, and like the spawns are just fucking everywhere. But to be honest, this is the one, like, surprisingly, I actually struggled. Like, struggled is a hard word when it comes to Cold War. Like, I never come close to, like, game overing, but I was like, it was just constant chaos, and that probably sums up this map quite well, considering mimics just come out of, like, just anywhere, really. Now it's time for one of the easiest maps of all time, and definitely the easiest in this video, Mauer the Toten. Honestly, it's quite ridiculous how such an easy map can also be one of the more fun maps of Cold War, because realistically, especially when it's just stupid easy, it usually ends up just being boring. But they cooked with this. Who let them cook? I got the power turned on by round 6, and once again, this is where we will be spending the next 2 hours of my time. Well, about 5 minutes in this video, really. I zoomed through the rounds so fast that the first part for the wonder weapon that I picked up was from the Krasny Soldat, and weirdly, I was in the same places where you get the satellite dish, so 2 in 1. I'm telling you, this is speedrun levels. I was on my way to get the final part where I kinda underestimated truly how fast the zombies were, and I was surrounded before I could even say like this video, please. Sorry, that really was awful. But in the end, I got the final part that I needed from the very kinky robot hands. Finally, bish bash bosh, got the codes, put them in, and Cerberus in my hands. And there we go. just like that, setting up was already all done. If you've never seen the strat for this map, it is literally just chilling at the back of power and just shooting at these two windows and the floor on the left hand side, because like that's literally just the only spawns, and like there's none near you like at all. So like if there was a spawn near you, then you know a little bit of challenge could be seen in this map, but no chance. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to think that this is a point-and-click adventure game. For some reason, at round 37, the zombies on the left barrier just decided to give up as they all just got stuck behind the barrier. Like, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. But this makes this an even easier, but also frustratingly longer. I mean, I don't know how this even happens. Like, the main foundation of this game is broken. Now, even though I said this map was easier, doesn't stop me from being an absolute tosser when it comes to trying not to down. For those that aren't from the strange island of the UK, a tosser is a stupid or unpleasant person, according to Britannica. I don't even know what this website is, to be honest with you. Like, the rampage inducer turned off after just over an hour, keeping the theme going for all the maps so far. And pretty much meaning it should be easier from here on out, right? Oh, for fuck's sake! Why did I back into this corner on the final round? What goes on inside my brain? Right, I'm calmed down now, but we got to round 100 at 6 hours and 38 minutes after assassinating the last zombie in style, marking this map at 2 hours and 13 minutes roughly, which takes the runners-up spot from Firebase Z and puts it on the podium as expected. And overall, this was definitely the easiest of all the maps because there was just no realistic place pretty much like on the entire map which will get you trapped, apart from some of the things you just saw 30 seconds ago. But that's just me being an idiot. It is probably one of the most open maps in the whole game, and maybe in the COD Zombies franchise. Well, tryout maps at least, because like you could train literally anywhere apart from like in maybe the starting buildings. Down to the last stretch, this is it. Foreskin, I mean Forsaken.
For another day, but we
just leave it on. I took full advantage of the starting room because it's like an Area 51 type starting room where pretty much shit just hits the fan times 100. By round 7, I left, and as you can see in the bottom right, this is the first time that I have not started the game off with Ring of Fire, but instead Ether Shroud. How the turntables, ladies and gentlemen. It really doesn't even matter. I'm literally changing it in 2 minutes. But I needed the Ether Shroud to enter the door into Ronald Reagan's pizza place, which is still amazing that this is a thing. And I just became a delivery driver for a side Easter egg for the next round.
Hey, yo, the pizza here. Oh, nigga.
my ears burn.
This is because there is a chance that you get the ray gun as a reward by doing this, but I'm telling you, it is a slim chance. And as I pray to the fallen Treyarch gods, I managed to get it. I then tied a loose end like General Shepherd and instantly killed Ronald. But first I needed Pack-a-Punch, and in order to get this, I needed to kill the Discord admin that comes out of the portal, which I assume all Discord admins do, to be honest. Like, they can't be real people. And I managed to get set up all in great time, to be honest. I can't quite believe how well this is going. So the strat for this map is pretty much just stand still in this corner and use the death machine until you get Ring of Fire, and then spam the ray gun as usual. This is the pinnacle of gameplay we're seeing here. But sometimes that is very awkward when the Discord admin decides to spawn and ruin Christmas with... fuck. Decides to spawn in and ruin Christmas with his presence. Did you see what I did there? On a real, I for some reason found this thing very frustrating to kill without Ring of Fire, and to be honest, its irregular spawn times really caught me off guard, and it was probably the only hard thing about this map. But yeah, other than that, this strat was super easy and was just all about timing, because if you lost concentration, that's when things got ugly. Just like in this bit here, oh my god. By round 66, for some reason, I seemed very happy and excited that things were going well as I sprayed my death machine into the sky. But of course, I jinxed it. Probably one of the more annoying aspects of this map was the trek I had to take to get all my perks back. Like, why am I doing Tour de fucking France to get to the Wonder Fizz? Now, I just want you to get ready for this clip, as this is probably my most insane clutch of this video, and I'm just not even going to talk over it. Yeah, I think this game might be a bit too easy, you know. And there we go, round 100, making the total for all maps 8 hours and 47 minutes. And the time for foreskin 2 hours and 9 minutes. Completing this lovely little graphic. This was honestly a very different video for me to make, as I don't ever really do post-commentary stuff, so let me know if it's any better or worse than normal. I say normal, these days it takes me a month to upload, so what's normal? Anyway, that is all for Cold War Zombies, and I just find it hilarious that all the round 100s on this game last as long as your average round 100 on Black Ops 1 Zombies. Just remember that, and cry. Cry a lot. Cry harder.